Picture this. You're at a packed sports bar watching a massive live event, like the Super Bowl. The game-winning play happens, and suddenly the screen just goes completely black.
Oh man, yeah, that is an absolute nightmare scenario for any AV tech.
Right. And it happens because a massive high-pressure broadcast feed was just shoved directly into a standard display screen without a middleman to translate it.
It just can't handle the data.
Exactly. So you might be wondering why a $915 video converter matters to you. But this specific device, the AJA HDP3 from the HDTV Supply catalog, it perfectly illustrates the hidden engineering that makes seamless professional video displays possible. Welcome to today's deep dive. Okay, let's unpack this.
I mean, we're so accustomed to just looking at a screen and expecting pristine, flawless images, But professional broadcast gear and standard monitors essentially speak completely different languages.
Yeah, and at totally different speeds, too. Think of this device as a high-tech universal translator. Or, well, honestly, it's more like trying to force water from a high-pressure fire hose, which is your massive 3G-SDI broadcast signal, into a delicate garden sprinkler.
With the sprinkler being the standard DVI-D monitor.
You've got it. Without something to manage that immense pressure, the sprinkler just blows up.
What's fascinating here is that the HDP3 isn't just a passive physical adapter cable, it's an active processing engine.
So it's doing actual math, not just like changing the shape of the plug.
Exactly. It's catching that fire hose of 1080p 60 data. I mean, that is 60 frames of high-definition video hitting it every single second. It unpacks it and mathematically rebuilds the image on the fly.
Wait, so if I feed it an old-school square 4x3 video signal, it doesn't just stretch the image out and make everything look distorted on a modern screen?
No, and you would think we'd be past mismatched formats by now, right?
Yeah, in 2026, you'd think so.
But live production environments are incredibly messy. You might be pulling legacy archival footage or using a specific remote camera that only outputs 4x3.
Right, and if you just force that square image to stretch across a wide screen, a fast-moving hockey puck turns into this blurry, distorted oval.
Which is unwatchable. So the HDP3 prevents that disaster using a built-in scaling engine. It automatically perfectly adapts it to popular monitors up to a 1920 by 1200 resolution.
Wow, so how does it actually resize the image without completely ruining the visual geometry?
It's performing millions of calculations per second. If it needs to scale an image up, it literally looks at the blank spaces between pixels and, well, guesses what color should go there to stretch the image cleanly.
That's crazy.
It also de-interlaces the video. Older signals send images by drawing every other horizontal line and then going back to fill in the gaps. This box catches those alternating lines and stitches them perfectly together.
And here is the physical surprise in all of this. It does all this heavy processing while being incredibly compact. I mean, it's just 5.8 by 3.1 inches.
It's tiny, basically the size of a thick smartphone.
Yeah, quietly doing the heavy lifting of an entire server rack and drawing a mere 6.5 watts of power.
But transitioning from video, a great picture obviously needs sound.
Oh, absolutely. If you're watching that game at the bar, you need to hear the crowd roar.
Right. So what does this all mean for the sound system? How does it get the audio out?
Well, professional SDI feeds are incredibly efficient because they embed up to 8 channels of audio directly inside that video fire hose. The problem is a standard display monitor usually doesn't have the hardware to extract that embedded sound.
So the converter has to step in again.
Exactly. It crucially features a 2-channel RCA analog output.
Oh, so it's acting like a traffic cop. It pulls the stereo audio out of the video feed and routes it effortlessly straight into standard speakers or a soundboard. Yep. While sending the pure video stream to the screen. And it separates those streams with zero latency, so you don't get those terrible lip sync issues.
Nobody wants to watch an announcer whose voice doesn't match their mouth. And adding the logistical context from HDTVSupply, this unit is configured via USB for Mac or Windows. Plus, it comes with a 5-year AJA warranty and ships with the latest firmware.
You literally drop it into a chaotic AV setup and it just works. If we connect this to the bigger picture, these invisible compact workhorses act as the vital glue in professional AV environments.
They really are the unsung heroes.
They're the essential link bridging the gap between high-end broadcast standards and the consumer-grade screens we rely on every day.
It really makes you appreciate the mechanics behind the glass. So the next time you see a flawless video feed at a massive live event or your local sports bar, take a moment to wonder, what tiny unseen piece of hardware is quietly translating that signal right behind the screen?